What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Black Appeal Tech Guy here. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit off topic from my normal usual videos. So kind of browsing through Facebook's YouTube page, and there is a Facebook page for people who want to start YouTube and want to do content creation and all that. And surprisingly, I've been finding a lot of people who have been starting YouTube and maybe done it for maybe a month or two and have already quit. And I've seen this trend kind of pop up a lot on a lot of feeds, and it's just interesting to me that a lot of people who want to start YouTube don't really understand exactly in terms of just the amount of dedication you really need to starting a YouTube channel. So basically, just to give a backdrop, I have been doing YouTube for quite a while, and by quite a while I mean I've been doing YouTube since YouTube was created. I had my channel pulled once, I believe back in 2017, maybe 2018, and then I got my channel reinstated, and my channel has been growing ever since. But I've been on this platform for quite a while. Now, for most people who have started that long, obviously the subscriber count is much higher than mine by a significant amount, but I'm not really judging my channel by other people's standards in terms of their channels and what they're doing, although technically we're all doing basically the same niche in a sense. I do a lot of tech reviews, so kind of do like a combination of a lot of different things. Sometimes I'll talk about camera gear, tutorials and things like that, but I don't really have like a specific dedicated niche in terms of just talking about like computers like J2Sense or Bitwits. I just don't have that kind of knowledge, nor do I have that kind of money to kind of just do things like that. And so that is where I have kind of been doing most of my channel, because I love doing tech. I love talking about tech, and where I work at, I love talking and helping other people who are looking to buy tech to do the same thing. So as I watch these channels and people getting frustrated, and they're talking about like, I post every day and I don't understand why I'm not getting a lot of views, or I'm not getting a lot of subscribers, and I'm not doing a lot of this, I'm not doing a lot of that. I don't think when it comes to creating content that you can really look at YouTube the same as you would look at, like, say, TikTok, Snapchat, or anything like that, because the dynamics in terms of what you're putting out for content is going to be a little bit different. So obviously you have YouTube Shorts, which I guess you could say is the same as like Snapchat and TikTok, but in a sense it's actually a little bit different because it's still YouTube, and you still need a lot more to do on YouTube to get monetized versus what you have to do with, say, TikTok and with other channels. So that can be kind of annoying. I think a lot of people get frustrated with it because they're not really sure exactly what it is that they're trying to do. And a lot of people, when they say they want to start YouTube, they're like, well, I want to do a YouTube channel, I want to do all this. They really don't know exactly what it is they want to do. So it's like, well, why make a channel if you don't know what you want to do? Because just randomly throwing out videos doesn't necessarily help the algorithm in any sense whatsoever. All it does is just it gets someone who likes to watch your channel. Well, one day your video could be this, the next day your video could be that, and they're not really sure exactly what it is that your channel is supposed to be about. So if you're going to do any type of YouTube, whatever, any content, know exactly what it is that you want to do. If you want to test the waters and you have something that you like to do, then test that out. But you don't want to be starting to do random videos, because again, it kind of throws off the algorithm when it comes to creating content on YouTube, and people, like I said, get frustrated with that because they're not really understanding what it is that they're not doing to get a lot of views. And don't get me wrong, when I started YouTube, I really wasn't looking at it to make money. I'm still not really looking at it to make money, although I am monetized. I don't really care much about the money. I just love making content and posting it out there for people to watch. Whereas other people, it's the frustration of trying to get a 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch times. Now, the watch times is not hard to do if the content is good. It's mostly the subscribers is where a lot of people are struggling at. And this is where I see the trend of a lot of people who are, starting off YouTube, and they've been doing it for, like I said, a month or two, and they expect instant results, or they expect to be, halfway towards their goal of getting monetized, and it just doesn't really work that way. It's just not how YouTube really works. And like I said, a lot of people are getting frustrated, and so they're quitting halfway in. And then there's a trend of a lot of people posting their channels and saying, oh, I did this, I did that, I'm doing good. But then 2 months later, they're like, the algorithm doesn't like me because I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. And it's not really the algorithm that's really the enemy. It's the ability to create content that really vibes at what people want to watch. Like, for instance, I'm shooting on my Insta360 Ace Pro. Now, I do have the DJI Action 5. They're both amazing action cameras. Obviously, price point wise, they're going to be vastly different, and they're going to be able to do different things. Now, with the tariffs and whatnot, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is generally the best action camera. It's not really an action camera. It's really the best vlogging camera that you can get on the market in terms of price and compactability, bleh, compactability, and what you can do with it. But obviously, the prices have gone up, so a lot of people are looking at buying, something like interchangeable lens cameras, mirrorless cameras, and all that. And again, gear doesn't really matter when it comes to making content, especially if you are looking to start your first YouTube channel, because having all the best gear, but then not having the ability to use it, not having the ability to kind of set the certain settings for it, and then just basically just popping it open and then just expecting to do amazing things with it, it's not really going to help your channel. You really want to start by just, what is the content you want to talk about? What is it that you want to do? How's it going to relate to what other people are doing on YouTube? And how's it going to be different than someone else's channel? You don't want to sit there and make the same content that someone else is doing and then be like, well, I don't understand why no one's watching my channel. Well, if your channel is just like someone else's channel, what's the point of watching your channel when they have more subscribers and more views? They're just going to watch their channel versus your channel. So having the best gear isn't really going to help you, and that's not really going to be the issue. It's the ability to stick with the grind, stick with it no matter if you get like 10 subscribers, if you get 5 subscribers, or if you get 1,000 subscribers. It's the ability to just see how long you can stick with it without giving up. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there. There's a trend that I'm seeing going on where there are a lot of people who are starting YouTube channels and they're just getting frustrated. They're not sure what's going on. They're reading and watching every video they can on the algorithm this and the algorithm that, and I don't think that they're actually applying a lot of what they're seeing to their channel. They're still doing the same thing over and over again, and it gets frustrating to them, like I said. So there's channels out there that are designed to help small YouTubers. Even myself, I consider myself a small YouTuber. Even if I've got like 5.6K subscribers, I'm still considered a small channel. But there are channels like Nate Black, Think Media, vidIQ, channels like that are designed to help you grow your channel from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch times, and then you just go from there. But still use those channels as like a refresher course to help you grow your channel. And a lot of people will look at these channels and be, oh, it's a pay to get rich scheme. It's not really a pay to get scheme. But if you want to do more, then yes, they're not going to give you that stuff for free. Obviously, they still need to make money off of it as well. But the more you want to put into it, the more time you want to put into it, the more you're going to invest in your time and the effort to do it. Otherwise, it's simply just sloppily putting stuff out and expect results in like a month or two. This isn't going to happen. I didn't even get monetized on my channel until around 2023. And like I said, I started YouTube back when it first started, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then later on, once I figured out that I love tech, that's what I started doing. But working full-time and doing YouTube part-time is not as easy as most people think it would be. So if you're trying to go full-time into YouTube as well, if you're working and you're doing YouTube part-time as well as working, then you already know the struggles of it, but you're still doing it, then kudos to you, because you know the struggle. Where someone who's never really done it before, they're going to think that, oh, it's easy to do YouTube, and those are the people that generally will end up failing their channels because they don't really understand what it is that they're trying to put out there. They're buying all this, spending hundreds of dollars on gear, but not really putting out anything that's really relevant in terms of what they want to put out there. So basically, this is basically just to talk about, just if you want to do YouTube, it's not hard to do YouTube. You just have to be consistent and stick with it. Don't make it look like, well, I can't do this because a lot of people aren't watching or the algorithm is against me. It's not against you. It's just YouTube hasn't really figured out your channel because it doesn't know what your channel is about, because you're putting out random stuff out there. Be consistent, know what it is that you want to do. If there's something in a niche that you like, then watch other channels and see what it is that they're doing, and see where you can pick up some of the small things that they may have forgotten, and you capitalize on that. There's a lot of niches out there that are fun and creative. There's a lot of lifestyle vlogs, beauty vlogs, things like that. And again, there's nothing wrong with those kind of channels if you are good at doing that. Otherwise, you just don't want to put out the same generic stuff that you see other channels put out and expect the results to happen, because generally 9 times out of 10 it's not going to happen. You can get frustrated, and then you end up quitting your channel, and all the effort that you put into it is kind of a waste. Like I said, when I got my channel pulled all those years ago, I could have just quit. I could have been like, well, whatever it is that I did, it didn't work, or whatever someone said I did to my channel, whatever reason they pulled it out for, that's what they pulled it for, and I can just quit. But no, I fought to get my channel back. It took me about a week to get it back and forth between me and YouTube, and then I finally got my channel back, and then I just grew. Also, you should check out different types of venues. So if you're not familiar with VidCon, I would definitely take a look at that. I made a video on VidCon and why you should attend VidCon, and I'll pop a link for that corner here and down below. But it's also something you should really take a look at. If you're not familiar with what it is, I'd highly recommend going to it. It's another venue that is designed for content creators, especially YouTubers, to help them grow, help them understand YouTube, gives a better sense of what you want to do with your channel and where you want to take it. And who knows, maybe later on down the road you might reach that, say, 1 million subscribers and have your own product line and make your own products, or reach out and have brands talk to you and say, hey, you want to do a collaboration with my merchandise, since your channel seems to fit what we like to do. And who knows, maybe later on down the road that may happen. But just to sit there and start a channel, throw out stuff and expect results in as quick as like a month or 2 months or 3 months, it's just not going to happen. YouTube is a grind, and if you can't do it, then there's no reason in doing it, because you're just really wasting your time. So that's enough of my rant. I didn't mean to be didn't mean to overly rant this or anything like that. I'm just coming from a personal experience and learning this along the way. I'm still learning, even for being on YouTube for as long as I've been. I'm still learning. No one knows it all, but you're constantly learning, reinventing, and then coming out with better ideas to better put out your content. So that's all that I got for you guys. I want to thank everybody for watching again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Black Opinion, the Tech Guy. I do a lot of tech reviews, tutorials. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in looking at, please give a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great Memorial weekend. See you guys next time.